Evening, folks. Steve here. Let me tip that down just a little. There we go. I want to share another one of my favorite books. I sound like a avid reader, don't I? But I'm really not. I have read more in my retirement, I guess, than probably the rest of my life put together, maybe. But anyway, I don't read all the time. But when I find a good book, I tend to can't put it down. And if I can put it down, it's not a good book, and I don't finish it. Anyway, back in 2006, I was a pastor for the first year. I started on as a pastor of a church on New Year's Day of 2006 at the Mechanic Falls Advent Christian Church, where Thelma and I grew up in that church, actually. And that fall, I was preparing for the Christmas season, and I was researching. It always has bothered me about the Star of Bethlehem, okay? Is why did the wise men see it, but apparently nobody else? Everybody else was oblivious to this star. So it makes sense that it wasn't some beautiful, big, bright comet or anything else in the sky. Anyway, so in my research, I found a book, The Star of Bethlehem, by Michael Molnar, M-O-L-N-A-R. The subtitle is The Legacy of the Magi. It's not a big book. Michael Molnar was a coin collector. I forget what that's called, but anyway, collected ancient coins from places like the Roman Empire. He was also basically a rocket scientist, an not just an astronomer, but astrophysicist, whatever. Smart guy. He was a professor. Where was he from? Rutgers, was it? Yes, Rutgers University Press published his book. Smart man. Anyway, I bought the book, and he actually signed it for me. You know, may all your sermons be stars. That's cool. I got this in November. He dated it November 2006. So, anyway, I have heard a similar explanation of the star from other people, but I've always gone back. I like his best. It seems pure. And what it was, let me boil it down. Jesus obviously was. Hopefully you know it was obvious. He was not born on December 25. That date was picked by whoever the Pope was at the time for social reasons, whatever. It goes with the winter solstice and all that. That's bogus. We celebrate. Yeah, most of us Christians understand Jesus wasn't born on December 25. Anyway, he was probably, just to get it out there, born on April 16. April 17. I'm sorry, April 17 in 6 BC, which happens to be a Saturday. I looked it up. And what the star wasn't a star at all. It was a planet, the planet of Jupiter, which was considered to be the regal planet because it's the largest one. And there again, planets were thought to be stars back then. The name planet just means wanderer because they're stars that move around. And Jupiter was a regal planet. And on the morning of that day, April 17, 6 BC, Jupiter rose in just prior to sunrise in the constellation of Aries. Aries is the constellation that, and Michael Molnar found this out through his coin collecting. Aries was the constellation that was associated with the nation of Israel. So that meant there was a new king, and not just, and Saturn was part of that whole sunrise that morning. And those two planets, and I think the moon played a part in it. I haven't read the book lately, but it gave the wise men who were looking for a sign the idea that a super king had been born in Israel. Maybe we'll talk later.